Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. I'm very excited. I always am to have wonderful, wonderful individuals on our show. Abelardo de la Peña has been what a person that I call an acquaintance many years ago, but over the years we've become friends. He's educated me in so many areas about what's going on in Los Angeles, and he continues to take it to the next level. Now he is marketing and communications director at LA Plaza de Cultura y Artes, and it's downtown smack Los Angeles. And I've seen it grown from its first openings in 2011, and now it's 10 years. Abelardo, tell us about that.
Well, thank you so much, Armando, for inviting me on to have this conversation. It's been a long time, but I really enjoy the discussions we've had over the years, and
Yes.
now especially to talk about La Plaza de Cultura y Artes and what is our 10-year anniversary.
Congratulations, first and foremost, to everyone.
Oh no, it's a big team effort. And it actually the story of La Plaza started maybe about 10, 15 years before that. As you could see it, and I really love your background there of showing La Plaza located at right across the street from Olvera Street.
Mhm.
So it's in very centrally located, you know, take the metro down here, buses, bicicleta, whatever. You can make it down here and have a good time. Like I said, we started, it was the formation of some really key individuals, including former supervisor Gloria Molina, who represented this district, and then also Antonia Hernandez. At the time, she was the president and CEO of MALDEF, the Mexican American Legal Defense and Educational Fund. The fact of the matter is both of them saw that there really wasn't a founders museum here in LA, which celebrated the founding of Los Angeles and the history, growth, and so on. And if you look at what the founding of Los Angeles is about, it's a Mexican American story with the pobladores who came 200 plus years ago from Mexico to really establish a pueblo right up at the river, the Rio de Los Angeles, Reina de Los Angeles. And so that's where it was founded by 24 families of Mexican descent, indigenous, Españoles, and mestizos, and African descent as well. So there was no, you know, you get a little bits and pieces, maybe at the Autry, maybe at the Natural History Museum, but that story of the history, growth, and evolution of our city, seen through Mexican American eyes, wasn't there. So they set about to establish a museum, finding a site, which we see is a couple of buildings which were rehabilitated, owned by the county, which at the cost of several $1 million, and then to bring in exhibitions, not only museum quality exhibitions, some that are permanent but also temporary. We have revolving exhibitions, an educational program where we bring in children, school children, to learn about ancestral fruits, herbs, and vegetables in a garden that we have right behind our building. Also, we bring in educational, tour groups from colleges, from high school, to teach them about the growth of our city. We have programming in that we host multiple events throughout the year, and a stage that we have behind the building. An outdoor campus, beautiful. And then also rooms that we have throughout the La Plaza that people can come to book readings, listen to platicas, discussions on immigration, education, civil rights, and so on. And then the next day come for a dance concert with a fabulous salsa band, or watch a movie, a classic movie like Selena or Mi Familia, and a lot more in between.
You know, it sounds like you're not working. It sounds like you're having fun.
You know, that's a big part of it. It took me a while to get to here at La Plaza. My career has been in communications, in the private sector and the public sector, as a journalist, as an editor, also in public relations and marketing. But I've always worked, say, for the past 20 years of within what we call the Latino sphere of really promoting and talking about mi cultura, me as a son of Mexican immigrants. And but then of all, not just Mexicans, but also Mexican American and all Latinos. And this is the perfect spot for that,
Yes.
of being able to bring my skills in one spot so that I could impart this knowledge, let people know what's going on, plus have fun.
One story that I ran into, actually, I did a coverage on that. How many murals there are in Los Angeles, that they're spread all across. There's a lot of culture that if you don't go to a place like La Plaza, you don't find out these items, you know, and then you appreciate more what's around you, or you understand more about the impact of the river and the cultures, not only in the present, but I know that you also deal a lot with the future.
Sure. When we talk about murals, for a while, Los Angeles was considered the mural capital of the world.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, due to city ordinances, the state of California, these were considered, and you get tagged, they would paint them over. A lot of these were done on private businesses as well. You change ownership, paint it over. That's why about 3 years ago in 2017, in fact, we did host an exhibition called Murales Rebeldes, which is on Chicana murals that were either censored or whitewashed or destroyed. So we focused on about 8 to 10 murals, well-known murals that were whitewashed, that were destroyed, both in LA County and also in Orange County. And a tremendous reception. This was part of the Pacific Standard Time initiative, which is of the Getty, in which about 30 to 40 different museums and cultural institutes all got together to present Latino, Latin American art, history, and culture. And we were fortunate to be able to display these murals. Of course, we couldn't put them on our wall.
I don't think you moved the building, but I get the idea here.
But through photographs, through text, through images, paintings, and in fact, we had sections of a mural that was created by the East Los streetscapers, Wayne Healy and David Boteo, which we were able to display in the exhibit.
Now, how was the La Plaza impacted with COVID? And the reason I'm asking is it starting to open, and can people start going back to it?
Sure. First of all, to answer the second question first, we reopened in March 14th of 2020, along with a lot of other businesses and cultural institutions and so on. We closed. We basically went on lockdown. The next week, we had already scheduled a reception for an exhibition called Carlos Almaraz, Evolution of Form. Carlos Almaraz, one of the founding Chicano artists, an icon, world-renowned for his beautiful, majestic paintings of Echo Park, of car crashes, figurative, abstract, just a master of his profession. And it was a small exhibit. We were set to have a reception. Of course, we had to postpone it. However, we quickly pivoted. We were able to do a reception, or at least a tour, led by the curator, Susana Smith Bautista, and the widow of Carlos Almaraz, Elsa Flores Almaraz. And we streamed that on Facebook. So we got whereas maybe about, I'd say 100, 150 people would have come to the reception, all of a sudden we had an audience of about 500 to 1,000. And then we of course recorded it. We've posted it on our YouTube page, on our Facebook page, on our website. And now it's been seen thousands of times. So we made that pivot right away to go to a virtual platform. Ordinarily at La Plaza, we host from 80 to 90 programs per year. Wow. On our outdoor stages, within the building itself. But what we did is we started a program called En Casa con La Plaza, at home with La Plaza, in which we would present the best of our history, art, and culture on this Zoom platform. We would broadcast on Zoom and stream onto Facebook Live. And the topics have ranged from every Monday we have a cooking demonstration from a world-renowned or local chef, restaurateur, book historian, food vendor. We've had John Rivera Sedler, a James Beard Award winner. We've had Maite Gomez Rejon, an art historian who's done lectures in museums and cultural centers throughout the world. But now we're able to they're at their house or their restaurant or their food truck or whatever. We have our host on our side and we give a demonstration how it's done. We send out the recipe so that people could do it at home. And now it lives on YouTube, Facebook, and on our website.
Abelardo, you're making me hungry.
Oh, after every demonstration, you could just see the steam rising from this, whatever they're cooking or they're drinking, this fabulous agua fresca. And I ask, who's going to enjoy this? And usually it's the family's going to be, or they invite neighbors, but no, and our host for this is Jimena Martin. She's our director of programming and culinary arts. And just to talk about a little bit about the future of La Plaza, a little segue here. We're opening next month in September, late September, early October, La Plaza Cocina, which is it's part of La Plaza, but it's right across the street on Spring Street. It'll be a teaching kitchen, a tiendita, and a museum dedicated to Mexican cuisine. It's been set up a beautiful test kitchen with video monitors and cameras so that they could do these demonstrations from there. A huge comal to make tortillas, quesadillas, and more.
Stop it.
Hey, and you're invited. When we're opening up, Armando, we'll get you down here so that you could try it out for yourself.
I'm already slobbering here. We're going like this on the show.
Yeah, so through En Casa con La Plaza, we were able to reach out to first of all, to reach out to people where they were at home or if they were at work. You could view it on your laptop, on your desktop, on your tablet, on your phone. And we've gotten some really great guests. We've had Edward James Olmos. We've had, let's see, tonight we're having, I was talking about the streetscapers, Wayne Healy and David Botello. Will be talking about a recent mural that they created at the DA Center for the Arts in Pomona, dedicated to Gilbert Magu Lujan. They'll be talking about that tonight. We have performances. We've had Quetzal on. We've had Gabby Moreno has graced our Zoom stage. Important issues, talking about immigration, an organization that helps to rescue people that cross over the border. Right. We've talked about the Afro-Latino community. We've even brought on people from other walks of life to talk about their experiences and really to impart knowledge, but also to entertain, through this medium, which you're so familiar with.
I come to think that if somebody is homesick for Los Angeles and they happen to be on the other side of the world, you give that contact, you offer that contact where they don't have to feel far and distant. They can log on to your website and follow the events that you have.
That's exactly right. You go to our website and you're posting it there. It's lapca.org, where we post all of our events, the upcoming events, plus all of our past sessions. We also have virtual tours of our galleries. You just go to the page, whichever exhibition you want, you click on it, and you're able to navigate with your mouse to the different parts of the room, zoom in on the text, zoom in on the photos or the images or the object, and be able to experience your history, your art, your culture via this medium. But there's nothing better than to actually being here. And fortunately, we opened back up in May, first on a very limited basis where we took all the precautions that were necessary, taking temperatures, having our guests fill out health questionnaires, making reservations, observing social distancing, limiting attendance. But now we are open on a regular basis. We're open every day except Tuesday from 12 to 5. And people are welcome to just drop in. But if you're in a large group, please make a reservation so we make sure that we could accommodate all.
Where were you guys when I needed to do research in college on, Mexican Americans? I couldn't find anything. I could have used all this information.
Oh, of course you can. Yeah, this kind of a museum and cultural center has been needed what's needed in the city, in
Yes.
this region for many years. And we get a lot of comments from our visitors saying, I didn't know about that.
Right.
I didn't know about redistricting. I didn't know about gentrification. I didn't know about the deportation back in the 30s of people of Mexican descent, not only in Mexican nationals, but also people born in the United States.
Yeah.
We didn't know about that. We tell the history that is both known and little or unknown. And that includes the things that have been painful to our community, but they need to be told. And I think we do a really good job of telling it.
I applaud that, and I also applaud that you maintain the stories that need to be absorbed into our textbooks and incorporated in the teachings in our schools, not only here in California, but nationally as well.
Oh, yes, we certainly do that. And then we bring in before the pandemic, and we're kind of easing back into it of having workshops for educators, teacher training, which
Wow.
we teach about such issues as Mendez versus Westminster, in which
Tremendous,
one of the
yeah.
first school desegregation cases was heard in the Supreme Court.
Right.
We also talk about the unconstitutional deportation of Mexican and Mexican Americans, where we bring in the experts, those that have scholarly work behind them, who could talk very knowledgeably about subjects like that. We've had Dolores Huerta come in and talk about United Farm Workers, so it's a teaching institution. It's a research institution, a place where you can learn about your history, but also in a fun way. We've been opening up. Originally, we focused on Mexican and Mexican Americans, but now we understand that this is a community that's very diverse.
Yes.
In its Latinidad. So we're also considered a Latino institution. So we're getting more programming and also exhibitions that are focused on that. Currently, we have one on display till the end of this month, until the end of September, called Afro Latinidad, Mi Casa, My City, which describes and really tries to put a human face to the Afro-Latino community, which has been a part of the city since the very beginning.
Yes. Yes. I applaud what you're doing. I hope you success to your continual work for La Plaza, to yourself and to all the staff. You're absolutely right. The one idea that keeps sticking in my mind is we must preserve our history, and La Plaza is one of those locations where we can trust the information that's coming through and not have the information whitewashed any longer.
That's correct. And we invite you to come down. Like I say, we're free of charge. There's plenty of parking all around us. And we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary. And on September 29th, we have our big fundraising gala. So if you pop into lapca.org, you could get more information on our gala. We're honoring the founders. There were 23 people who we've identified who had a very active part in founding La Plaza. That includes Gloria Molina, of course, Antonio Hernandez, Miguel Santana, but also some people that are not quite as well known, but who really had an integral part in the founding of La Plaza. It was a rocky beginning, I have to tell you that. But now we have, over the past 10 years, we've been led by John Echeveste as our CEO, who really brought a different, he comes from the business world. So he had to kind of adjust the way things were done around here, bring a more organization, financial savvy. We have an incredible board of directors now, board of trustees, and we're growing. We have La Plaza Cocina. We've opened up a historic walkway. We're talking about more capital improvements, and all led by John, who unfortunately is retiring this year. We're in the lookout for a new executive director, but we have a great team that are going to continue doing the hard work that's needed to make this a place for all of you to come visit, learn, and enjoy.
Well, thank you for maintaining and hoping and working to grow the history of Mexican Americans, Mexicanos, Los Angeles, and all the persons that contributed to its growth, and keeping the educational side strong so that these stories do not get hidden, because there's a lot of that going on in other states. And this is the one thing that I feel that you're at the core of this. Plus, you make it fun.
Yeah.
And I had breakfast before I did the show, so thank God. If not, ahorita, híjole, we're going back to that. Abelardo, I wish you continuous success. Anytime you want to be on the show, you're always invited back, and please keep us updated. But we will continuously let people know of the website. And this invitation is not for people in LA, it's for people around the world.
Yes, we're all a part of this, and we want to make sure that you're part of it as well. So thank you, Armando, for this invite. It was a great pleasure seeing you again, even from a distance, and we'll see you real soon.
Oh, you got it. You got it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being on the show. We've been talking to Abelardo de la Peña from La Plaza de Cultura in Artes, downtown Los Angeles. Please visit the site. You will never be disappointed.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Adiós a todos.